There is a game being played all around you, in your workplace, in your relationships, in every room you walk into. Most people don't even know the rules. This book will teach you every single one of them. Today we're breaking down the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene, the book that has been read by presidents, billionaires, rappers, and prisoners alike. The book that is simultaneously praised as a masterpiece and banned in some American prisons for being too dangerous. Let's get into it. Welcome back to Ink to Ear, where the world's best books come straight to your ears. The 48 Laws of Power was published in 1998 by Robert Greene, a man who spent years studying history's greatest strategists, seducers, and rulers. He pulled from the lives of Napoleon, Machiavelli, Queen Elizabeth, Henry Kissinger, and dozens of others to distill the raw, unfiltered truth about how power actually works. This is not a feel-good book. It is not about kindness or fairness. It is about the world as it is, not as we wish it were. Whether you want to use these laws or simply defend yourself against those who do, you need to know them. Here are all 48. Law 1. Never outshine the master. Always make those above you feel comfortably superior. Never show off so much that you make your boss feel threatened. History is full of talented people who were destroyed because they shone too brightly too soon. The lesson: make your superiors look good. Your time will come. Law 2. Never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies. Friends are dangerous. They are easily envious, easily spoiled. A former enemy given a second chance will work harder than any friend because they have something to prove. The lesson: keep your enemies close. They may serve you better than your friends. Law 3. Conceal your intentions. Never reveal what you are truly after. Keep people guessing. If they cannot see your destination, they cannot block your path. The lesson: let your actions speak only when the time is right. Until then, silence and mystery. Law 4. Always say less than necessary. The more you speak, the more ordinary you appear. Powerful people are quiet, vague, and deliberate. Every extra word is a risk. The lesson: speak less. Mean more, let silence do the work. Law 5. So much depends on reputation. Guard it with your life. Reputation is the foundation of all power. A strong reputation intimidates enemies before you even act. Once it is damaged, everything built on top of it collapses. The lesson: build your reputation carefully. Protect it aggressively. Attack your enemies' reputations when necessary. Law 6. Court attention at all costs. In a world full of noise, the worst thing you can be is ignored. Controversy, mystery, spectacle, all are better than invisibility. The lesson: always be visible. Make people talk about you even if what they say is complicated. Law 7. Get others to do the work for you, but always take the credit. Use the knowledge, skills, and energy of other people. History rewards those who claim the result, not necessarily those who did the labor. The lesson: delegate smartly. Position yourself at the front. Let others build the ship, but be the one who steers it. Law 8. Make other people come to you. Use bait if necessary, never chase. When you force your opponent to react to you, you control the dynamic. Lure them onto your territory, your terms, your timing. The lesson: patience is power. Set the trap and wait. Law 9. Win through your actions, never through argument. Winning an argument rarely wins anything lasting. People cling to their beliefs no matter the logic, but a demonstrated result, something they can see and feel, changes minds permanently. The lesson: show, don't tell. Prove it with action. Law 10. Infection. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky. Misery is contagious. Spend enough time with angry, unlucky, or negative people, and their energy will transfer to you. Your reputation will suffer simply by association. The lesson: choose your company carefully. Surround yourself with the positive, the ambitious, the successful. Law 11. Learn to keep people dependent on you to maintain your power. Make yourself indispensable. The person who can be replaced has no leverage. The person who cannot be replaced has everything. The lesson: develop skills and knowledge that no one else has. Make them need you. Law 12. Use selective honesty and generosity to disarm your victim. One genuine act of kindness can lower a person's defenses completely. A single honest moment, carefully timed, makes everything else you say believable. The lesson: disarm people with unexpected generosity, what then move. Law 13. When asking for help, appeal to self-interest, never to mercy or gratitude. People rarely act out of pure generosity. They act because they see something in it for themselves. Frame every request in terms of what the other person gains. The lesson: always answer the question they're silently asking: what's in it for me? Law 14. Pose as a friend, work as a spy. Knowledge is power. In social situations, ask questions, listen carefully, and observe. The more you know about someone's desires, fears, and weaknesses, the more leverage you have. The lesson: be curious. Let others talk. Information is ammunition. Law 15. Crush your enemy totally. A partially defeated enemy will recover, regroup, and come back for revenge. Half measures create future threats. The lesson: if you must fight, finish it. Leave no room for a comeback. Law 16. Use absence to increase respect and honor. The more you are seen, the less people value you. Create scarcity. Step back. Let your absence make people wonder and want. The lesson: don't be too available. Mystery increases desire. Law 17. Keep others in suspended terror. Cultivate an air of unpredictability. When people can predict your every move, they can plan against you. But when you are unpredictable, shifting, surprising, changing, they are always off balance. The lesson: break your patterns, keep people guessing. Unpredictability is a weapon. Law 18. Do not build fortresses to protect yourself. Isolation is dangerous. Power requires people. Isolating yourself cuts you off from information, allies, and opportunity. The fortress that protects you also traps you. The lesson: stay connected. Move through the world. Information flows through people. Law 19. Know who you're dealing with. Do not offend the wrong person. Not everyone reacts to a slight the same way. Some people forgive. Others never forget. Misjudging someone's character can cost you everything. The lesson: study people before you act. Know who can be pushed and who cannot. Law 20. Do not commit to anyone the moment you align yourself fully with one side. You lose your freedom and your value. Stay independent. Let others compete for your loyalty. The lesson: never be owned. Let them all want you, but belong to no one. Law 21. Play a sucker to catch a sucker. Seem dumber than your mark. Intelligence that is too visible makes others defensive. Let people underestimate you. A fool who is actually wise has a tremendous advantage. The lesson: sometimes the smartest move is to appear less smart than you are. Law 22. Use the surrender tactic. Transform weakness into power. When you are weaker, fighting only destroys you faster. Surrender strategically. Buy time. Let the victor relax while you quietly rebuild. The lesson: there is no shame in strategic retreat. Survive today, win tomorrow. Law 23. Concentrate your forces, scatter your energy, and you achieve nothing. Focus it like a laser on one target, one goal, one enemy, and nothing can stop you. The lesson: do fewer things. Do them completely. Law 24. Play the perfect courtier in any court. Corporate, social, political. There is an art to navigating power. Flatter carefully. Never criticize openly. Make those above you feel seen and valued. The lesson: master the social game of the environment you're in. Every court has its rules. Law 25. Recreate yourself. Do not accept the identity that society assigns to you. Forge your own, control how you appear. Reinvent yourself as needed. The lesson: you are not fixed. You are a work in progress. Shape yourself deliberately. Law 26. Keep your hands clean. Power requires the appearance of innocence. Use others to do your dirty work. When things go wrong, have someone else to blame. Never let the mess touch you. The lessons: stay above the fray. Let others take the heat. Law 27. Play on people's need to believe. To create a cult-like following. People desperately want to believe in something, a cause, a leader, a vision. Offer them that. Speak in broad, inspiring terms. Create ritual, mystery, and devotion. The lesson: give people something to follow, and they will follow you anywhere. Law 28. Enter action with boldness. Timid, half-hearted action invites resistance and doubt. Bold action, even if imperfect, overwhelms opposition and projects power. The lesson: when you move, move fully. Hesitation is weakness. Law 29. Plan all the way to the end. Most people plan only for the next step. The powerful plan all the way to the conclusion, anticipating every obstacle, every reaction, every possible outcome. The lesson: think in full. Improvisation is for amateurs. Law 30. Make your accomplishments seem effortless. Effort and struggle, when visible, reduce the impression of greatness. The master makes it look easy. The harder the work that went unseen, the more awe the result inspires. The lesson: hide the work, show only the result. Law 31. Control the options. Get others to play with the cards you deal. True control means shaping the choices available to others. When you control the options, every decision they make leads where you want them to go. The lesson: don't ask yes or no. Offer choices, all of which work in your favor. Law 32. Play to people's fantasies. The truth is often harsh and disappointing. People prefer beautiful illusions. The person who speaks to their dreams, not their reality, will always attract followers. The lesson: sell the dream. Reality is for later. Law 33. Discover each man's thumbscrew. Everyone has a weakness, a fear, a desire, an insecurity, a need. Flamatory below gives the colder, and the person who knows your buttons controls you. The lesson: study people deeply. Find what moves them, use it wisely. Law 34. Be royal in your own fashion. Act like a king to be treated like one. How you carry yourself determines how others treat you. Project confidence and worth, and the world will respond in kind. The lesson: demand respect through your bearing, not your words. Act as if you already have what you want. Law 35. Master the art of timing. The right action at the wrong time achieves nothing. The powerful read the moment. They know when to push and when to wait. The lesson: patience. Timing: strike only when the moment is right. Law 36. Disdain things you cannot have. Ignoring them is the best revenge. Acknowledging what you cannot have gives it power over you. By pretending indifference or genuine disinterest, you neutralize it. The lesson: what you ignore, you control. What you chase controls you. Law 37. Create compelling spectacles. Words convince, images hypnotize. Great symbols, ceremonies, and spectacles bypass logic and speak directly to emotion. The lesson: make your presence felt visually. Drama is more persuasive than argument. Law 38. Think as you like, but behave like others. Standing out for your unconventional beliefs invites attack. Blend in publicly. Think freely privately. Share your real views only with those you fully trust. The lesson: conform on the surface. Revolutionize from within. Law 39. Stir up waters to catch fish. Anger clouds judgment. If you can provoke your enemy into rage while remaining calm yourself, you have already won. The lesson: stay cool. Let them lose their temper. Emotion is the enemy of strategy. Law 40. Despise the free lunch. What is given for free always comes with hidden costs. Obligation, strings, traps. Pay your own way. Independence cannot be purchased cheaply. The lesson: nothing is truly free. Pay for what you need. Own what you have. Law 41. Avoid stepping into a great man's shoes. Following a legend is a losing position. You will always be compared and always fall short. Forge your own path. Create your own legacy. The lesson: don't inherit someone else's greatness. Build your own. Law 42. Strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. Trouble almost always has a single source. Find that source, the one person stirring conflict, and neutralize them. The followers will lose their direction. The lesson: deal with the root, not the branches. Law 43. Work on the hearts and minds of others. Coercion breeds resentment. Seduction breeds loyalty. Win people's emotions and their actions will follow willingly. The lesson: make them want what you want. Persuasion beats force every time. Law 44. Disarm and infuriate with the mirror effect. Reflect people's behavior back at them. Mirror their actions, their words, their values, and watch them become confused, disarmed, and strangely fascinated. The lesson: imitation is a powerful psychological weapon. Use it deliberately. Law 45. Preach the need for change, but never reform too much at once. People fear change even when they ask for it. Introduce transformation slowly, wrapped in the comfort of tradition. Too much change too fast creates panic and resistance. The lesson: evolve carefully. Revolution dressed as evolution. Law 46. Never appear too perfect. Perfection breeds envy, and envy breeds enemies. Show occasional flaws. Let people feel slightly superior in small ways. It makes you more human and less threatening. The lesson: be great, but never untouchably so. Law 47. Do not go past the mark you aimed for in victory. Learn when to stop. Success creates its own danger. The moment of victory is the moment of greatest vulnerability. Overconfidence sets in, enemies regroup, and the overreacher falls. The lesson: know when you've won. Stop there. Law 48. Assume formlessness. Rigidity is weakness. The most powerful force in nature, water, has no fixed shape. It flows around obstacles. It adapts. It cannot be grasped. The lesson: be fluid. Adapt to every situation. Have no permanent form, and no one can pin you down. Robert Greene ends this book with a warning as much as a lesson. These laws are not a moral code. They are an observation of how power has always worked across cultures, across centuries, across every level of human society. You can use them, you can defend against them, but you cannot pretend they don't exist. The most dangerous person in any room is the one who understands these laws completely and chooses, consciously and wisely, when to apply them and when to rise above them. Knowledge is power. And now, you have it. That was all 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. If this video gave you even one insight that changes how you see the world, that's the power of a great book. Like this video if you found value in it. Subscribe to Ink to Ear for a brand new book summary every single week. The world's best books, straight to your ears. And drop a comment below which of the 48 laws hit you the hardest. I read every single one. Until next time, knowledge is power. Use it wisely.